welcome you in the lecture series of random processes, detection and estimation. It is 26th lecture of this series. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the concept of estimation, type of estimation, point estimator and its properties. In this lecture, we will discuss about minimum variance unbiased estimation, and the outline of this lecture are unbiased estimator, minimum variance criteria, and existence of minimum variance unbiased estimator. In the objective of this lecture, you will able to explain how can you find out the good estimator of unknown deterministic parameters. Let us start with the introduction. To find the good estimators of unknown deterministic parameter which gives on average the true parameter value, our goal is to find estimator which has least variability or minimum variance. This estimator gives the value too close to the true value most of the time. And the unbiased estimator, what is unbiased estimator? An unbiased estimator on the average gives the true value of the unknown parameter. Let the value of theta is between a to b, and so no matter what the true value of theta, unbiased estimator gives its own average, its value, that is expected value of estimated value theta. It will be the expected value of this, it will be theta, where theta lies between a to b. Let us take one example. Let the observation xn is equal to a plus omega n, where small n is equal to 0, 1 to n minus 1. Here a is the parameter to be estimated and omega n is the white Gaussian noise process. The parameter can take the value between minus infinity to infinity, and let the estimator of a is the average value of xn. Now, is this estimator unbiased? You have to find out is it unbiased or biased estimator. Since you have given that the estimator of a is average value of xn, so a cap is here equal to 1 by n, and 0 to n minus 1 xn, and it will be equal to, and it is known as sample mean estimator. And the expected value of this a cap as the expected value of 1 by n summation n 0 to n minus 1 xn, and it is 1 by n summation n 0 to n minus 1 expected value of xn, and you know the expected value of xn, it is a, parameter a, so it will be equal to 1 by n summation n 0 to n minus 1 a, and it is equal to a. So from here you can see that expected value of a cap is the true value. So the sample mean estimator is unbiased, and so it is unbiased estimator for the DC level in white Gaussian noise process. Now consider the previous example and let the estimator of a is a cap is equal to 2 by n summation n 0 to n minus 1 xn, and the previous example a was 1 by n summation n 0 to n minus 1 xn, and we have seen that this estimator was unbiased estimator. Now we will check, is this estimator unbiased? So it is given a cap is equal to 1 by 2n summation n 0 to n minus 1 xn. Now the expected value of a cap is 1 by 2n summation n 0 to n minus 1 e of xn, and it will be equal to 1 by 2n n a. The expected value of a is a, so it will be a by 2, and you can see it is not equal to a. This means expected value of a cap not equal to the true value. So a is a biased estimator, not unbiased estimator here. An unbiased estimator does not mean that it is a good estimator. It only guarantees that on average it will attain the true value. Unbiased property is important when several estimators are combined. If there are multiple estimates of the same parameter theta, that is theta 1 cap, theta 2 cap and theta n cap, then the average of these estimates, it will be theta cap is equal to 1 by n summation n1 to n theta I cap. If the estimators are unbiased with the same variance and uncorrelated, then E theta cap should be the true value of theta theta, and variance of theta cap, it will be 1 by n square summation I1 to n variance of theta I, it will be equal to variance of theta I by n. So here you can see that variance of theta cap, it is variance of theta I by n, and if I increase the size of n, if I increase this n, then the variance of theta cap, it will be very small, so small variability here, and so if n tends to infinity, theta cap tends to theta, because there is no much dispersion from the true value theta. And if the estimator are biased, then theta cap is equal to theta plus a theta. This is the function of theta. Now expected value of theta cap, it will be expected value of theta plus a theta, and it will be theta plus a theta. Here this part, this means that theta cap will not converge to the true value theta, because of this part a theta, and so here a theta is theta expected value of theta cap minus true value theta, and this is bias of the estimator a theta. Now minimum variance criteria. To find the optimal estimators, we should focus on the minimization of the mean square error, and MSE theta cap, it is expected value the whole square of theta cap minus theta. This measures the average mean square deviation of the estimator from the true value. So MSE theta cap, it will be equal to expected value of theta cap minus E theta cap plus expected value of theta cap minus theta, and the whole square of all this term, and then we can have it is variance theta cap plus whole square of expected value of theta cap minus theta, and it is variance theta cap plus a square theta, because this part is a theta, and so it is a square theta. So MSE is compared to error due to variance of the estimator and the bias. Let us take one example. Consider the previous example, means the observation xn is equal to a plus omega n, means DC level under white Gaussian noise process, where n small n 0 1 to n minus 1. Now where a is the parameter to be estimated and omega n is the white Gaussian noise process, and let the estimator of a is a cap is equal to a by n summation n0 to n minus 1 xn, where a is small a is constant. Now you have to find out, is this estimator reliable? So first of all, we will find out the expected value of a cap. Expected value of a cap means a 1 by n summation n0 to n minus 1 expected value of xn, and it is a 1 by n, and expected value of xn, you know, it is a, so a 1 by n and a, and it will be a small a into capital A, and the variance of a cap, it is a square by n square summation n0 to n minus 1 variance of xn, and it will be a square by n square n and variance of xn it is sigma square. So it will be a square sigma square by n. So now MSC of a cap, mean square error of a cap, it will be a square sigma square by n plus a minus a whole square. Because you know MSC is it is variance theta cap minus expected value of theta minus theta whole square, and you know the variance is a square sigma square by n, and it is a minus a whole square. So that's why this term, and it will be equal to a square sigma square by n plus a minus 1 whole square by into capital A square. So now we will take the derivative, first derivative with respect to small a. So del MSC a cap by del a, it will be equal to 2a sigma square by n plus 2a minus 1 into capital A square. Now to find the optimal value of a, put this derivative 0, we will get a optimum. It will be a square by a square plus sigma square by n, which depends on the unknown parameter a. So this is this estimation is not reliable here, because the optimal value of a depend on the unknown parameter. In another approach, if we put bias to 0 and find the estimator which minimize the variance, such estimators are known as minimum variance unbiased estimator, MVUE. So MVU is an optimum estimator if it satisfies two conditions. First, it is unbiased. Unbiased means expected value of theta cap, it will be equal to true value of theta, and the true value of theta is between a to b. So AB is the range of the parameter to be estimated, and it has minimum variance. Minimum variance means the MVU, minimum variance unbiased estimate value of theta is theta cap. It is equal to the minimization of variance theta cap with the theta. So it will be equal to argument minimization with theta of the variance theta cap, and it will be equal to argument minimization of expected value of the whole square of theta cap minus expected value of theta cap. Now we'll see the existence of minimum variance unbiased estimator. The MVUE is the desired estimator in any case, but they do not exist always. There are three unbiased estimators: theta 1, theta 2, and theta 3. So these are the unbiased estimator, as you can see in this figure: theta 1 cap, theta 2 cap, and theta 3 cap. And so clearly here you can see theta 3 cap is the MVUE. In this case, theta 3 cap is known as uniformly minimum variance unbiased estimator because the variance is smallest for all theta. Here the variance of this theta 3 cap is smaller for all value of theta. And in another case, there is no MVUE, since when theta less than theta naught, in this case the variance of theta 2 cap is less as compared to theta 3 and theta 1, and when theta greater than theta naught, then the variance of theta 3 is smallest other than the theta 2 and theta 1. So when this lie when theta less than theta naught, then theta 2 cap is better estimator, and when theta greater than theta naught, then theta 3 is the better estimator compared to theta 2 and theta 1. So there is no MVUE, minimum variance unbiased estimator, exists in the second figure. Let us take one example. Let we have two independent observations, x naught having the Gaussian process with mean theta and variance 1, and x1 having the Gaussian process when theta greater than equal to 0, it having Gaussian process with the mean theta and variance 2, and when theta less than 0, the Gaussian process have the mean theta and variance 3. So let two estimators here, theta 1 cap is equal to 1 by 2 x naught plus xn, and theta 2 cap is 2 by 3 x naught plus 1 by 3 x1. Find the existence of MVUE. So you have to find out there is MVUE exists or not. So first of all, we will consider variance of theta 1 cap. It will be equal to 1 by 4 variance of x naught plus 1 by 4 variance of x1, and when theta greater than equal to 0, it will be 1 by 4 plus 2 by 4, because at this at x1 the variance is 2, so 2 by 4 it will be 3 by 4, and if theta less than 0, it will be 1 by 4 plus 3 by 4 is equal to 4 by 4, means you can say it is 1. And variance for theta 2 cap, it will be 4 by 9 variance of x naught plus 1 by 9 variance of x1, and in this case it will be, if theta greater than equal to 0, it will be 4 by 9 plus 2 by 9, it will be 6 by 9, and when theta less than 0, it will be 4 by 9 plus 3 by 9, it is equal to 7 by 9. So for our conveniency, we will scale this 27 by 36, 36 by 36, and for the variance of theta 2, we'll have 24 by 36 and 28 by 36. So lower part we have scaled to 36, and so now it's easy for us to scale a figure of these variance. So in this we can see that when theta greater than 0, we will have theta 2 is having the minimum variance 24 by 36 rather than 27 by 36, and when theta less than 0, we will have theta 2 cap also again has the minimum variance compared to theta 1. So in both cases, theta 2 having the minimum variance compared to theta 1 cap. If theta greater than equal to 0 or theta less than 0, in all cases theta 2 cap is better. So there exists MVUE. Now consider another example. Let two independent observation xn is equal to normal distribution, normal process with mean theta variance 1, and x1, if theta greater than equal to 0, the normal process with mean theta and variance 1, and if theta less than 0, then it will have the normal process with mean theta and variance 2, and two estimator as in the previous case, theta 1 cap is equal to 1 by 2 x naught plus x1, and theta 2 cap 2 by 3 x naught plus 1 by 3 x1. These are similar as in the previous case, but these are not similar to the previous case. So here similarly find out the existence of the MVUE. So we will take the similar process, variance of theta 1 cap. It will be 1 by 4 variance of x naught plus 1 by 4 variance of x1, and it will be, if theta greater than equal to 0, it will be 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 1 by 2, and if theta less than 0, it will be 1 by 4 plus 2 by 4 is equal to 3 by 4, and variance of theta 2 cap, it will be equal to 4 by 9 variance of x naught plus 1 by 9 variance of x1. So variance of theta 2, it will be, if theta greater than equal to 0, then it will be 4 by 9 plus 1 by 9 is equal to 5 by 9. And when when theta less than 0, it will be 4 by 9 plus 2 by 9 equal to 6 by 9. Again we scale the denominator for our conveniency to sketch the figure of variance. It is 18 by 36, 27 by 36 for theta variance of theta 1 cap, and for variance of theta 2 cap, when theta greater than equal to 0, it will be 20 by 36, and when theta less than 0, it will be 24 by 36. So here from this the picture is clear that when theta greater than 0, we will have minimum variance of theta 1 cap rather than theta 2, and when theta less than 0, we will have minimum variance of theta 2 rather than theta 1. So when theta greater than 0, you will have minimum variance of theta 1 cap, and when theta less than 0, you will have minimum variance of theta 2 cap. So you can see from here, when theta greater than equal to 0, theta 1 is better, and theta less than 0, theta 2 is better. So we can say that there may not exist even single unbiased estimator at this point, you can see. But and in the previous example you have seen that there exists MVUE, but in this case there is no existence of MVUE. So far in this lecture we have discussed about unbiased estimators and existence of minimum variance unbiased estimator. This was 26th lecture of the lecture series of random processes, detection and estimation. Even if the MVUE, minimum variance unbiased estimator, exists, you cannot find it. To find MVUE, we will discuss the approach of Cramer-Rao lower bound in the next lecture. Till then, thanks for listening this lecture. Thank you.